Hey, what's going on YouTube? Welcome to Post Cologne. Today I'm going to be unboxing 3 Middle Eastern fragrances from the sub-brand of Lattafa Asdaaf. So let's jump into it. All right, we are back with another unboxing first impressions video of 3 Middle Eastern fragrances that I recently picked up from the sub-brand of Lattafa, the Asdaafs, and saw these kicking around on the discounters for a little while and I got a little curious. They're all certified cheapies and I said, why not? Let's check these ones out. Links can be down in the description if you decide you want to check any of these fragrances out. Also some coupon codes, save yourself a few bucks at a variety of different discounters if you decide you want to shop with them. So let's quit screwing around and let's get into it. All right, kicking things off, going with Lattafa's Asdaaf Oud Thameen. Now scoop this bad boy up for $18 and I don't know anything about any of these fragrances really, so let's just dive in, shall we? All right, here we have the box presentation for Lattafa's Asdaaf Oud Thameen. Nice shimmery box, got a little bit of some patterns going on there, a little bit of a wood grain up top, but typical cardboard box. Let's check out the bottle. All right, there we have the bottle presentation for Asdaaf Oud Thameen. Nice looking bottle, has this kind of nice pattern going on to it, nice thick glass, has a nice thick base to it. Metal plaque on the front there with the name of the fragrance and the fragrance house. Cap on this is a wooden, yeah, it is a wooden cap to this one, so it's got some thickness, won't crush in my powerful hands. And the atomizer on this sucker, uh-oh. Bit of a weak atomizer at this point. Yeah, little spurts, might take a few extra ones to get the job done, but it'll eventually get the job done. But what does this smell like? So right off the rip, just smelling this in the air, really nice opening to this one. Some nice warm spices, you get some cinnamon that's in here, a little bit of touch of some black pepper, really nice coffee note that's going on, has a little touch of like some vanilla perhaps that's going on, adding kind of like a creaminess to this, but really nice warm spice, coffee, just really nice opening. Let's dive into this. So right off the rip, just smelling this off paper, a little bit different than it was in the air. There's more of a citrus profile going on here. So I'm getting a touch of bergamot. There's this nice, fresh, spicy, kind of snappy style of ginger that's working its way. It's kind of bouncing off of that cinnamon accord. That black pepper is not as strong as it was in the air as well. So it's really about this ginger that's coming through. That coffee note is there. It's not as prominent as it was. So it's really about this kind of citrus style of opening with the warm spices kind of trying to push through and that coffee kind of sitting in behind right now. So a bit of more of a citrusy style of opening than it was in the air. So let's let this settle down for a second. Yeah, so now as this is opening up a little bit more, that coffee note is coming forward a lot better. The ginger is still there, so it's adding a nice little kind of like a pop to it, a nice little kind of zing with that fresh spiciness that you get from ginger. Cinnamon's there, the black pepper's there, but the coffee note and the ginger are really kind of what's playing off right now, and very unique fragrance. It's like I said, it smelled like very warm, cozy, coffee gourmandy in the air. And now this off paper right now, it's a little bit more about this ginger note that's coming through, adding an interesting twist, but really pleasant fragrance at this point. I'm curious to see how this unfolds. Yeah, now as this is settling down a little bit more, you are getting a lot more of the base notes coming through. So it's got this nice vanillic accord coming through. The spiciness is there. That fresh ginger is still, you know, playing a role in this, and that coffee note that's coming forward really quite nice right now. It's really just an overall really nice kind of coffee fragrance, but it has that gingery pop, that warm spice that's trying to work in, and this vanilla that's creeping up from the base, just adding kind of like a nice creaminess to this, as well as like that kind of gourmandy feel to it. So quite nice fragrance at this point. Not too sure if this is cloning anything or if it's a twist on anything. It does remind me of some fragrances that has like within the similar genre at least. So let's skip to the dry down, see how this unfolds, and we'll go from there. All right, back with the dry down of Lattafa's Asdaaf Oud Thameen. Been about an hour, let it settle down, do its own thing. Really nice dry down on this, but this did change a little bit. I thought this was gonna get a lot darker and richer and more kind of warm, spicy. The ginger is just not relenting in this. I'm not sure if this needs a little bit more time, but it's just kind of like this almost kind of candied ginger. It's taken on this nice sweetness that's there and it mixes with that coffee. So it's kind of this bright gourmandy coffee note with that fresh spiciness from that ginger that's in there. There is some vanilla. You're getting little hints of that cinnamon still, kind of like a bit of a woody foundation. So there's like little touches of some woods that are in the base, but it's really about this kind of gingery coffee note that's coming through with just some warm spices around the edges and that vanilla just adding a little bit of additional sweetness to it. It's quite unique. I have put my nose on something similar to this and I'm racking my brain right now trying to figure out what this is in the neighborhood of. At first I kind of thought this was going to go in kind of the, you know, the Lattafa Hawa, like the Hamra Hawa kind of territory, but it's really steered away from that. It's not quite this, it's not like in the angel share territory. This is kind of doing its own thing in comparison to that. So I'm gonna have to do some further investigation, but overall, nice smelling fragrance. And for $18, I think it's pretty well done for an $18 fragrance, to be quite honest. And gonna have to get this on skin, get it a test out, but overall, pretty good. That's Lattafa's Asdaaf Oud Thameen. All right, next up from Lattafa's Asdaaf, we're going with Kasoof Black Extrait. Now I scooped this up for $20, and again, I hadn't seen anything about this fragrance online, so let's dive in, see what we're dealing with. All right, and there we have the box presentation for Lattafa's Asdaaf Kasouf Black Extrait. Decent looking box presentation, nice shimmery gold, has some kind of like star, like a starry night kind of thing going on there, a little zigzags on the side there, but typical cardboard box. Check out the bottle. All right, and there we have the bottle presentation for Asdaaf Kasouf Black Extrait. Interesting looking bottle. I kind of like this. Has this like zigzag pattern. It's got kind of a wood grain texture to it, but it is kind of a plastic that's going on there. Glass bottle on the inside. Got a deceivingly like heavy style of bottle here. And the cap on this has the name of the fragrance house, Asdaaf, right there, and the name of the fragrance. Cap on this. This feels like a mix of plastic and maybe just kind of like a wood. No, that's plastic too, but it does have that kind of wood grain texture going on, but it's a deceivingly heavy cap, pretty thick, wouldn't crush in my powerful hands. And the atomizer on this bad boy, a little bit better than the last one. Yeah, okay, goes a decent different distance. Good fat puffs on that will absolutely get the job done. But what does this smell like? So right off the rip, just smelling this in the air, has that very kind of Middle Eastern spice market thing going on. There's some incense as well, has an oudiness that's there, some cinnamon, there's a touch of some black pepper, but there's also this kind of fruitiness that's happening. I'm not sure if that's coming kind of like for more of a sweet style of oud, but there's definitely some oud here, some saffron that's going on. Kind of that like almost signature style of saffron that Lattafa does, if you're familiar with other Lattafa fragrances. Very much that kind of Lattafa style of saffron, but spices, incense, some oud going on, but there is like a fruitiness that's kind of like balancing things off, so it's like not too dark and heavy. So let's get this on paper. Let's dive in. Yeah, so right off the rip, smelling this off paper, a little bit different, but it's more pronounced off the paper right now. Black pepper, really smoky style of incense, so it really does have this kind of dark, smoky, spicy sort of vibe going on to it. But there is a tiny bit of sweetness that's playing in the background that make this like not too heavy. It's not like a nose tickle black pepper, but it is a very strong black pepper and a nice kind of smoky incense that's there with additional spices that are moving in there. The oud's not as pronounced off paper as it was in the air right now. It's like I said, mostly about that incense and that black pepper. So very kind of bold, masculine style of fragrance at this moment. As it's opening up a little bit more, there is a bit of a kind of a like a dusty, woody sort of base that's starting to form. But it's still really about this kind of incensey vibe, that black pepper that's there. That saffron's not as pronounced off the paper as it was in the air, so I'm not picking up on as much as that kind of that signature saffron I was talking about. And again, the oud hasn't pushed forward too much right now off the paper. It's there, but it's definitely not as oudy as it was in the air right now. So still kind of maintaining that peppery smokiness, but now there's a bit of a wood base coming in and just a touch of sweetness around the edges just to kind of round things off. I'm digging this one. I'm not sure if it's a love quite yet though. Yeah, just pretty bold, almost rugged style of fragrance at this point. It has a nice kind of darkness to it that's going on. So let's skip to the dry down, see how this unfolds, and we'll go from there. All right, back with the dry down of Lattafa's Asdaaf Kasouf Black Extrait. Been about an hour, let it settle down, do its own thing. This really did change in the dry down, like not significantly. It's still got that kind of boldness, that masculine feel going on to it, but now it's like very much a Dior Sauvage style of DNA. So like this licoricey aspect came forward. It's got that black pepper touch to it. A little bit of that smokiness is still there, but that incensey smokiness is really kind of dialed back down and really let this kind of licorice note come forward. It's got that woodiness, got a little touch of vanilla. I think the oud in this it was stronger in the air in that initial blast, but it's kind of settled down to kind of more of a woody oud than like, you know, your typical kind of Middle Eastern, you know, sweet oud or kind of the skankier ouds. It's got more of kind of a woody profile going on to it, and this really smells like a twist on the Dior Sauvage style of DNA. Overall, it's pretty good. The opening, I liked that boldness, that smoky black pepper that was there, but it's really, you know, kind of not there anymore when you get to that dry down. But overall, if you're looking for a cheap Dior Sauvage style of DNA, this is definitely going to get you in that neighborhood. And for 20 bucks pending performance. Think this is a good cheapie pickup if you like that Sauvage style of DNA. That's Lattafa's Asdaaf Kasouf Black Straight. All right, last, but hopefully not least, we're going with Lattafa's Asdaaf Ahal Al Fakhar. Now, scooped this up for $22, and I've been seeing this around for a long time, and just never pulled the trigger until now, so let's dive in, see what we're dealing with. All right, so there we have the box presentation for Ahal Al Fakhar. Pretty straightforward cardboard box, has this majestic horse in silver, kind of taking a leap over the name of the fragrance house, but typical cardboard box. Let's get to the bottle. All right, there we have the bottle presentation for Ahal Al Fakhar. Pretty straightforward bottle, has a nice thick base to it, nice heavy bottle to it. This is a little bit of a cheapy plastic up here, and we have this majestic horse in silver kind of embedded in here. This is a metal that's in the glass here, so a nice little touch with that. Cap on this, mix of plastic. No, it's mostly plastic, if not all plastic, but very thick, won't crush in my powerful hands. And the atomizer on this sucker, oh, little gurgle. Oh, there we go. Fat sprays, goes a decent distance, good atomizer, will get the job done. But what does this smell like? So right off the rip, just smelling this in the air. Interesting opening to this one. It's got this woodiness to it, this fruitiness that's going on to it with this touch of this oud. So it has that kind of Middle Eastern oudy vibe going on to it, but it has some kind of nice playful fruity aspects to it, but it's also got this woody touch that's going on. So it's kind of a mix of sweet, woody, oudy style of scent DNA going on, and it's interesting. Let's get this on paper. Yeah, so right off the rip, just smelling this off paper, the fruity notes that are coming across in here are almost kind of like a fermented fruit. Like they have that kind of that boozy, kind of mulled fruit kind of vibe going on to it, which I'm not a huge fan of, to be honest, but it definitely has that kind of fruity vibe going on to it. Mixing with the oud, there's a little bit of an ambery muskiness that's going on as well. So it has this kind of fuzzy, hazy nature to it, but it's got this bright sweetness to it, but it's also got this kind of deep, oudy, woody side to it. So it's kind of almost competing with itself, and it's just got that kind of hazy texture going on right now. Not sure if I'm a big fan of this at the moment. As it's opening up, the oud's coming forward a little bit more, but I can't get past this this kind of fermented fruit aspect that's going on. I'm not sure if it's just me, but it's almost got this kind of petrol kind of vibe going on to it. Just got this alcohol, like I said, kind of fermented fruit thing going on to it, mixing with that oud. Some woods are coming forward a little bit more, but my brain just can't get past this fruity note that I'm honestly just not a big fan of at the moment. Yeah, honestly, I could see this being a little headache inducing. I'm not gonna lie, this is very confusing and very weird at this moment, but let's skip to the dry down, see if this settled down, does its own thing, but all right, it's back with the dry down of Lattafa's Ahal Al Fakhar. Been an hour, let it settle down, do its own thing. Didn't change a whole lot. It did settle a little bit, so it's not as kind of pungent, punchy, fermented fruity as it was in that opening, which was honestly, if you couldn't tell, it was a bit of a turnoff. It did settle down a little bit, so it's a little bit smoother in this dry down. So it's musky, ambery, kind of still holds that fermented fruitiness that's going on with that oud coming forward. Touches of some wood that are still there, but it's really about that kind of that fermented fruity note that's going on, and it has that kind of hazy texture with it, and that little punch of that oud that's coming through. More of a sweet oud that's there, that's almost a little on the skanky side. It's kind of pushing it, but it's more of that kind of that sweet style of oud mixing in with that fruity note. So overall, I'm not a big fan of this one, to be quite honest. I can't see myself wearing this one. I was hoping this would be kind of a nice summery style of fragrance with the fruitiness coming through, just giving it a little bit of character, some darkness with that oud, but this just didn't work for me. I'm not a big fan, and personally I couldn't recommend it. I have different tastes than everybody out there, but I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I like this when I don't like this. So that's my overall thoughts on that. That's Lattafa's Asdaaf Ahal Al Fakhar. All right, so there you have it. That's my unboxing of 3 Middle Eastern fragrances from the sub-brand of Lattafa, their Asdaaf line. Mixed bag here. It was a bit of a wild ride, to be quite honest. Some of these I really liked, some of these I really didn't, and that's just kind of how things go with an unboxing sometimes. But I want to hear from you guys. Do you have any favorite Lattafa Asdaaf fragrances out there that I need to be checking out? Comment down below. Love hearing from you guys. Love getting your different recommendations, your hidden gems, different taste and scent profiles. Appreciate you. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you all next time.